is the last of the 54-hour closures, for a while anyway, on 894 southbound. It'll be closed from Greenfield through the Hale Interchange as the freeway is getting repaved. Along with this closure, the DOT has closed 94 eastbound to southbound ramp and 94 westbound to southbound ramp in the Zoo Interchange. Everything should be reopened by Monday at 5:30 a.m. If you do need any more information or maps, head to WTMJ.com for all the details. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:03.
Sponsored by Accunet Mortgage.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
After writing 3 unsuccessful offers, Brenda decided to make a no-regrets offer on this next property. She offered $35,000 over asking and promised to complete the purchase even if the appraised value came in as much as $25,000 below the accepted offer price. Why? Because she was tired of losing, and because her Accunet loan consultant showed her that even in her worst-case scenario, no additional money would be needed at closing, and her payment, which on this home was much more affordable than others she wrote offers on, would only increase by $17 a month. Brenda's no-regrets offer, backed up by a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet, was accepted over several others. And wouldn't you know, the appraised value came in at the significantly higher than asking purchase price, which happens 9 out of 10 times in our experience. If you or someone you know wants help understanding what a no-regrets pre-approval might look like, get started by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats. Now through Wednesday, save on 10.23 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Mars Fun Size Candy, $4.49. 8.1 to 11.5 ounce selected varieties Bear Creek Soup Mix, $3.49. 128 ounce pale selected varieties Blue Ribbon Frozen Dairy Dessert, $5.99. 64 ounce selected varieties Sunny D Citrus Drinks, 2 for $3.
I am starving.
Oh, no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, oh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports Desk. The Pack is back in Lambeau this weekend to face the Bengals. That game begins today at 3:25. The Brewers advance to the NLCS for the first time since 2018 and will face the Dodgers in a best-of-7 game series beginning Monday night at 7:08. Badgers football lose to Iowa in a gut-wrenching 37-0 matchup. Their next matchup is against number 1 ranked Ohio State. Badgers Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited Siding and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. No major issues, no major delays in full freeway speeds across the system, but on the Hale Interchange from southbound on 894 southbound, close from Greenfield through the Hale Interchange, the freeway is getting repaved along with the closure. The DOT has closed the 94 eastbound to southbound ramp and westbound to southbound ramp in the Zoo Interchange. Everything should be reopened by Monday at 5:30 a.m.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, partly cloudy at times with a high of 66. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 53. Monday, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of morning showers or sprinkles with a high of 70. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 64. Wednesday, some morning clouds, then becoming mostly sunny with a high of 61. Right now in Madison, it's 51. In Green Bay, it's 55. In Waukesha, it's 55. And in Milwaukee, it's 59 degrees. I'm Nicer Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 8:07.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins.
And what a night it was. Oh my gosh. No, it wasn't December, it was October. But that's good enough. And it's 2025. And unbelievable. I think there were so many people who were just elated last night. I'm sitting here with one of them who was there. And we've got Nicer Spencer here in the WTMJ studio with us. And you were seated right there
Section 112.
Mm-hmm. It was beautiful. I mean, it was so fun. I wasn't a big baseball fan coming up as a kid. Really, I played a little bit when I was in youth, but I mean, it's just nothing like having a playoff team just with all the fans surrounding everyone and just being so happy that you get to see your team win. And it was so cool to be that close, to see the home runs and all the behind the dugout and everyone's just celebrating. So
was
cool.
there any point during the game where you were like, "Oh,
I'm not gonna lie,
know.
yeah. There was a few times. I'm not gonna lie. There was I think there was like inning fourth inning or fifth inning where it was still 2-1, and it was the first and second base were taken by the Cubs, and it was so scary because it was a bullpen game, so it was a little scarier to know what was gonna happen, but it was still fun. Now, they got it done, and no doubt in my mind that they were going to win that game.
Were you there for the confetti? Did you stay for the confetti drop?
I was
first
there.
Time
it dropped right in. Yeah.
I mean, first time since, I don't know, when was the last time they had confetti?
2018, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a few times when they won the division.
I don't
maybe
think so.
not.
I don't think so. I don't think they've had confetti there in a long time. They're probably still cleaning it up because they've got to be ready for tomorrow night's game. Speaking of which, and I think this is important because the Brewers did announce that there are approximately 1,000 single-game tickets for each game of the NLCS series at AmFam. They are going on sale this morning at 10 a.m.
Got to get to it.
You
There's two games.
You got to go online, brewers.com/postseason, and it's extremely limited.
Mm-hmm.
It includes standing room only, obstructed view, and tickets that were previously held for MLB purposes. But again, about 1,000 tickets for each game of the NLCS going on sale, 9 o'clock this morning. Get your computers out. Be ready because, boy, those things are going to go fast.
Wake up. As soon as you get home from church, go ahead and buy your tickets.
Well, there might be some people staying home from church so they can get their tickets.
Exactly.
10 o'clock, that's a prime church hour. So what do you think is next? I mean, you were there last night. It was such an exciting moment. And by the way, I could have been there.
Oh, yeah.
I had one ticket. One ticket, row 6 behind home plate.
Better season than mine, yeah.
You know what I did?
Yeah.
I gave it to my husband.
There you go. Hey.
I gave it to my husband, and he was there alone, seated between Cubs fans.
Mm-hmm.
Cubs to the left, Cubs to the right.
Everywhere.
And now, and it seemed like you said there were a lot of them.
There were a lot. When they had that home run in the second or third inning, it was a lot. Like, you could hear it from all around the stadium, and I'm like, wow, I wasn't expecting that many people there. But
so how quiet did they get in the ninth inning?
Oh, you couldn't hear them anymore. After that, you couldn't hear them after that anymore.
Were their seats empty at that point?
Oh, no, they weren't empty. They were just sitting there and watching in amazement like we all were,
Yeah.
and jealousy.
Yeah, well, I know my husband said that, he'd stand up and the other people would sit down.
Yep, exactly.
He'd sit down, the other people would stand up.
You could tell who was fans of who by who was standing or not. So
they're going to do it again tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah.
Dodgers are in town. What time's the game getting underway?
7:08.
Okay, and what time does our coverage start? Let's see if Isaac can get us that, because I know we're going to be all over this one tomorrow night. What time is our coverage, Isaac?
6:30.
6:30. Turn your mic up. 6:30, right? Okay, 6:30 tomorrow night. First coverage gets underway here at WTMJ. Well, again, it was quite an evening last night. And that's what we are going to be talking about for the next 2 hours, because the story of the day is the Brewers win. So new at 9, Dominic Cotroneo is going to be here. He's going to break down that game, and he's also going to tell us what to watch for as the Crew meets the Dodgers beginning tomorrow night. Now, if you were watching TBS, if you didn't listen here on TMJ, which I know most of you did, but if you're watching on TBS, you may have noticed that they played Major League, the movie, with Bob Uecker, as a lead into last night's game. And as we're basking in the glow of the Crew's victory over the Cubs, we're going to share Vince and Eric from Wisconsin Morning News, their vision of the Brewers season as a Hollywood movie pitch. We'll be doing that a little bit later on this morning. Also, we're going to get Tim Gibbons' reaction to the Brewers win and what it means to businesses close to AmFam Field. We're going to hear from Mr. Irrelevant himself, Alex Strofe. Yep, he's going to be here. He's going to explain why we saw all of those L flags at the end of last night's game. Also, WTMJ's Sean Brenda introduces us to a Brewers fan who's followed the team since they arrived in Milwaukee. We're going to take a look back at the week in review. Isaac's here pushing those buttons. Isaiah Spencer is in the newsroom, and in just 2 minutes, we have Greg Matzik with sports. Yep, he's going to talk Brewers. It's all right here on WTMJ. It's 8:13.
From those with no experience to firearms enthusiasts, all are welcome at Mission 94 Firearms Education Center. The staff is deeply committed to providing a welcoming and engaging environment for everyone at every level. Learn the right way to handle firearms, level up your skills, and experience replica firearms from different historical eras while learning about their role in protecting our freedoms throughout history. Visit veteran-owned and managed Mission 94 in Kenosha today. Check out the 5-star reviews. Just Google Mission 94.
Don't think twice. Call Geis. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do. Investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. My wife recently had a major accident that involved her back. I felt blessed and lucky because Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin is on our side. She's on the way to healing. They've got the best imaging and best doctors, the best systems, and the best way of taking care of you. They've got experts when it comes to things like shoulders, knees, and hips. And it's not always surgery. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin will take care of you from beginning to end. Go to their website, OHOW.com, OHOW.com, request an appointment. Orthopedic Hospital of Wisconsin.
The season continues for the Milwaukee Brewers. William Contreras hit a solo home run in the first. Andrew Vaughn hit a solo in the fourth. And Bryce Terang added a solo shot in the 8th inning of a 3-1 win over the Chicago Cubs. And Pat Murphy's pitching plan worked to perfection. Here's Greg Matzik.
In his second career playoff appearance, Jacob Mizorowski picked up his second career playoff win. When did you know kind of what the pitching plan was going to be for tonight?
When the phone ringed in the bullpen, and it was kind of like, here you go, this is your inning, go do it.
So you knew Trevor was going to go 1, but did you have any idea that you would be next in line?
No.
After allowing a leadoff home run to Seiya Suzuki, Mizorowski settled in, keeping the Cubs off the scoreboard the rest of his 4 innings of work.
It's a lot of fun. I think it's, everyone's excited, but at the same time, you realize that there's still work to be done.
From American Family Field, Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
And next up for the Brewers, Game 1 of a best-of-7 series against the Dodgers. That's happening tomorrow night, right here in Milwaukee at AmFam Field. Our coverage gets underway at 6:30 tomorrow evening. I'm Libby Collins. It is 8:16 today. It's going to be partly cloudy at times. We're going to get up to about 66 degrees. Then tonight it's going to be partly cloudy. Tomorrow looks like we've got some clouds and even a chance of some rain and in the morning. Maybe a sprinkle. High of 70 degrees. It's 59 at 8:17 on WTMJ.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Talk about value. When it comes to casual dining, I can't think of a better value out there. If you're looking for a way to stretch your family's dining budget, come to Marty's Pizza, where feeding your family won't cost you an arm or a leg. We're reasonably priced, and that's how it's going to stay. That's why we've been around so long. We offer a quality product at the right price. Italian dinners, subs, sandwiches, salads, and of course, 100% real mozzarella cheese pizza. Find us easily online at martyspizza.net.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Beautiful and safe. Decks built to last by Outdoor Living Unlimited, Wisconsin's #1 TimberTech deck installation team. For amazing ideas, go to our Outdoor Living Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate, go to OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
It's time to check in with Tim Gibbons. He is the editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. And Tim, what a game last night.
Everybody was just edge of their seats. Obviously, we always said we could have clinched it even earlier, but after that season, that was just so great. To bring it home this way was wonderful.
Now to get tickets for one of these games coming up this week.
Wait, are you offering them?
I wish. But, the interesting thing is going to be how it's going to affect the businesses near AmFam.
Right. No, that is always the thing when you have these playoff games, and particularly getting to this level. As somebody who covers business, that is exactly where my mind goes. No, that's not true. My mind first goes to how cool it is to have the team go on like that. But what is that impact? And it's great for the bars and restaurants, but there almost is a bigger halo effect sort of thing. I remember years ago working in Cleveland when talking to businesses about when the Browns were going through being the Browns and how just there would be kind of a pall over the city. And, people weren't necessarily going out as much and weren't as excited. And so, game day obviously has an economic impact. But I think there is a thing when your sports team is doing well, it does just create a little more excitement that does sometimes end up showing up in the bottom line.
There was other news this week, Tim, including that new music venue and some naming rights. Explain what's going on with that.
Yeah, so talking about a different sports team, this is the venue that is right next to Fiserv Forum. And when who's driven by there or walked by there would have seen it under construction for a while. And the big news this week was the naming rights for it have been sold. So the venue, which has been called FPC Live kind of unofficially, is now Landmark Credit Union Live. The venue is anticipated to open in February. It's going to be about 2,500 seats. And the idea is that it's another place where Milwaukee's thriving music scene can thrive.
You had a story in the Milwaukee Business Journal saying that MMAC President Dale Koinga has made an announcement about hiring. Explain that and how it's going to affect a lot of businesses.
Yeah, so this is their Region of Choice 2.0 program. Region of Choice number 1 came out in September 2019. It's basically a 5-year, what is MMAC's goals to try to move the area and the business community toward. So 5 years ago, when they rolled this out, Region of Choice 1 had a big focus on increasing people of color as employees and in management positions. That basically it was taking as a measure of success for the area that there would be a more diverse workforce. They have dropped that as part of their goals. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is no longer the particular focus. There is still a focus on increasing or improving measures of well-being for African Americans and Hispanic residents. But the focus is a little bit more on a broad-based sort of thing. The way that they laid it out to the membership was basically if in Region of Choice 1 they had programs that were aimed at one type of employee, now they want to take those programs that are designed to help, say, employees grow into executives, and they want them to be something for all employees. So clearly fitting into somewhat of a different time when we look at how DEI and things like that are viewed in the business world. But it's probably not accurate to say that they are moving away from that being important, but they definitely are moving away from that being a target of what they're measuring success by.
Now, does this have any connection to the political climate right now?
So MMAC is a nonpartisan, non-political organization, and I say that in part to avoid getting a phone call on Monday and not making that clear. So I don't want to speak for MMAC. I'm sure that they would say that this is not a political decision, but times have changed. You look around at organizations, if we go back 5 years, some of the large employers in the area were very much leaning into DEI, very much saying that that was an important important thing for their companies. I ran a analysis a couple months ago, just kind of because I was curious, SEC filings, and the number of big public companies across the country who basically dropped their DEI sections from their 10Ks was indicative of something. So probably not accurate to say it's a political change so much as it's a different place where we are as a culture.
We're talking with Tim Gibbons. He is the editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. And Tim, we touched on this a couple weeks ago, and this is the Edison Downtown Project. And you've done a lot more research at the Milwaukee Business Journal as to exactly why they shut that down.
Yeah, there's still so many unanswered questions swirling around this. And one of the big questions is, okay, what happens next? So just to bring listeners up to speed, this is that project downtown near the Marcus Center where a developer called Neutral is building this massive mixed-use tower. The cost of that tower, which if you go back several years was $135 million, then it jumped to $200 million. Now we're being told it's in the ballpark of $230 million, so way more expensive. The company basically said they were pausing to value engineer it, and that leads to a bunch of questions, including what's a pause and when is it going to come back? So where it becomes a community question is two ways. One is there is a desire not to have a half-laid foundation sitting there moldering in the middle of downtown, and the same developer was the one picked by the city to redevelop the site where the Marcus Center parking garage is now. So the big question is the city going to stick with them for that project, and what happens to the site of the Edison, particularly with, we started getting chilly temperatures at the end of last week. Winter's coming, and rebar and concrete don't necessarily last that long sitting out in the elements.
Yeah, that's going to be one to watch, especially the proximity to lakefront and those winds coming off the lake. You don't want to be there in January, February.
No, at least you don't have salt to contend with. I've seen some projects that stalled out on oceanfront land that you can just write them off after a couple months because you get that salt air and it's gone.
That's true. All right, another one, and this fascinates me. We've been talking about data centers. What happened when a media personality stepped in and said, you know what? I don't think I support data centers.
So there's two bits of the story that I just find fascinating. So the media personality you're talking about is Charlie Behrens, who the first one I saw, and as a transplant to Wisconsin, I actually find his videos very helpful in adjusting here. But he, back in August, had a little thing talking about kind of not liking the idea of data centers for mainly environmental reasons. So he has gotten more vocal on this front in recent days, including the one in Port Washington. So Port Washington this week had a vote on some annexations, and he explicitly encouraged people to show up at the Port Washington County Council meeting and voice their opposition. Now, there's a little problem to that, which is the Port Washington one basically is already through the system. There was some final votes on it, but as the mayor and the common council there made clear, frankly, even if they had voted against it at that point, the project wasn't stopping. There is also, I should say, in issues of fairness, the city and the data center industry will say that some of the environmental claims being made against data centers maybe used to be accurate, but no longer are. That today's modern data centers don't use the water that people are talking about and don't have the environmental impact that they might fear.
It's interesting to me that someone who considers himself an influencer really did influence this.
Yes, very much. Now, the other side of that is we were talking about Port Washington, which is the one that Behrens actually mentioned. Meanwhile, Microsoft had a project they announced back in September in Caledonia, and that project they have backed away from, citing community feedback and opposition to it. Listeners probably can't keep track of all of the different data centers that are going on, but this is not the project that they have underway elsewhere. That one is still going on. They say their project in Kenosha is still going on, but the one they said they were going to do in Caledonia, at the very first meeting when Microsoft was announced, there was already people showing up pretty raucously opposed to it. There were, I am told, people actually using F-bombs at a public meeting, which I know, yeah, so.
Oh, well, let's end on a high note. If you're grocery shopping in Whitefish Bay, you've got good news.
Yes, this project, people are so excited about this. So Whitefish Bay has approved the $10.2 million Sendix redevelopment, which is going to open up really quick. It's the end of 2026, which might seem a long way away, but for the project that they are talking about, which is really going to be catalytic for that area, they're moving quick and they're moving excitedly. So they have public TIF money, which will be helping with that, but it specifically is going to be helping with some public infrastructure stuff, which is kind of neat. So bike and pedestrian upgrades will be made. There'll be new parking spots. That entire corner of Whitefish Bay is really getting an upgrade as part of this work, all based on Sendix and the nearby Argo project, which, again, really will be a shot in the arm for that area, where Sendix has been literally since 1949 opening as a fruit stand, which I just find, or a fruit market, which I find kind of neat.
Tim Gibbons, editor-in-chief of the Milwaukee Business Journal. Always great to have you here.
Thanks a bunch.
8:28 and 59 degrees at WTMJ.
You're what?
Making Thanksgiving dinner.
Why so early?
So I can serve a big family meal on the flay table from Penny Mustard.
Oh, I love the flay table.
Melt butter and add peanut butter.
The strong Midwest craftsmanship ensures family feasts for generations.
Mix in strained beets and mayonnaise.
What recipe are you making?
What's a recipe?
The flay table with Kendall chairs, starting at just $287 a month, with no interest until October of 2027, through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved, but here you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Vince Vitrano here for Connect Chiropractic. Get your aches and pains under control and bring back your energy. Whether it's headaches, neck pain, back pain, shoulder pain, time and repetition is key to staying on the right track. I've been seeing Dr. Alex and his team for 2 years now. No twisting, no cracking, no popping. Connect Chiropractic uses a special tool that is targeted and effective, yet pain-free and gentle. In Delafield and Wauwatosa, and the new location on Rawson Avenue in Oak Creek. Get started at GoConnectChiro.com.
Well, we're already getting some questions on it. Nazir, a little bit earlier, we mentioned that there are going to be tickets starting at 10 a.m. this morning. They've got about 1,000 single game tickets for each game of the NLCS series at AmFam. They're going on sale 10 a.m. at brewers.com/postseasons. We're going to make it easy for you. If you text TIX, TIX, to our Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line at 855-616-1620. Make sure you do it all in caps. TIX. We'll send you that link because I know a lot of people are going to want to try to get those tickets beginning at 10 o'clock this morning because there's no doubt about it. The Brewers are on fire. Speaking of fires, it is 8:31 and we've got Nazir Spencer in the WTMJ Breaking News Center, and there was a fire in New Berlin yesterday.
Yes, thank you, Libby. The New Berlin Fire Department reports crews responded to a residential fire Saturday afternoon near 13580 West Foxwood Drive. Officials say neighbors reported hearing an explosion before seeing smoke coming out from the garage. Firefighters quickly contained the flames to the garage, preventing it from spreading into the home. 2 firefighters suffered minor injuries and were treated on scene. The homeowners were out of town at the time, and the cause of the fire remains under investigation. A plan is emerging for the now abandoned UW-Milwaukee Waukesha campus. The Journal Sentinel reports that Waukesha County officials plan to make their recommendations for the future of the campus during a joint meeting of the County Executive Board and the Finance Committee on October 27th. Since UW-Milwaukee Waukesha campus closed early this past spring, 3 contractors have submitted requests for proposals on September 12th. A development plan still needs approval by the County Executive Board and the Waukesha Common Council, but many officials have said they would like to see the campus turned into a land for housing development. West Dallas police are searching still searching for a missing child. 12-year-old Kimani Moore was last seen near 15th Street and North Avenue in Milwaukee wearing an orange Reese's Peanut Butter Cup T-shirt with a black sweatshirt and brown sweatpants. He's around 5'8", 140 pounds, and dark dreadlocks and brown eyes. Anyone with information should call the West Allis Police. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Still closed on the Hale interchange from the Zoo interchange, east and southbound and westbound ramps going into that southbound area of the Hale interchange. Still closed right now. It should be reopened tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. Otherwise, no major issues, no major delays in full freeway speeds across the system.
Traffic is sponsored by Richlawn's Tire and Service Center.
Richlawn's Tire and Service Centers. 5 locations and all easy to find. Visit richlawns.com when you're due for service.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, partly cloudy at times with a high of 66. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 53. Monday, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers with a high of 70. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 64. Wednesday, some morning clouds with a high of 61. Right now in Madison, it's 51. In Waukesha, it's 55. And in Milwaukee, it's 59 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:33.
And in just 2 minutes, it's a Week in Review, sponsored by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10K for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Half a century of marketing expertise joined with over 20 years of local market knowledge. Not to mention the savings you'll see after you get our best commission right up front, which, by the way, is only 1.9% on the listing side of your home. Join that together and you can be sure that you've chosen the right real estate experts who have the experience to market your home effectively and give you a commission that'll end up paying for things like new furniture. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated. They saved over $50,000 after we sold their home at only 1.9%. You don't have to pay 6% to market and sell your home. Hundreds of Century 21 Benefit Realty clients will attest. You can get it all for only 1.9%. The more value your home has, the more important it is to find the best real estate commission and the marketing ability to get top dollar. And with Century 21 behind us, that's what we have. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
And welcome back to Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins. By the way, those tickets, they only have about 1,000 of them for each game for the NLCS, the games at AmFam Field, and they are going to go on sale at 10 o'clock this morning. If you text the word TIX, make sure you do it in capital letters, TIX, to our Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line at 855-616-1620. We'll send you that link. And again, those tickets go on sale at about 10 o'clock this morning. And they've only got about 1,000 of them for each game. So keep that in mind. All right, it's been quite a week. As you well know, that division series heated up. Microsoft pulled out, and there was a minor accident that turned deadly. There's a lot more, too. It's a Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What we do here is go.
Swing and a fly ball hit to right. Back is Frelick. Bush hits a leadoff home run.
Oh, hell no.
Throw across the diamond is going to be late. 3 for 3 for Jackson Chourio. It's 9-1. Bowers has it, takes it to the bag, and game one belongs to the Brewers.
The Brewers out-homered the Mets in the 3-game wildcard series last year. That didn't work out for them either. Can a team like the Brewers, who do not rely on power, actually win a pennant? Because the last 10 years or so in this data-driven world say you can't.
If Democrats think they're going to push me out, it's not going to happen.
Robin Voss can't help himself as far as like making a couple digs when he can. Like him or not like him, Robin Voss is very good at his job.
But potentially more publicly, we're hearing him now say that he's considering hanging it up.
Milwaukee Public Schools students learning life-saving lessons inside the Survive Alive house.
We've heard that there's been like 2,000 fires that start because of those sort of batteries. You got to make sure that you tell your parents and everybody else around you that you cannot throw those things in the regular trash.
Fly ball, left field. Hap on the warning track. Hap at the wall. It's gone!
But I'm not done yet.
Oh, please, Mr. Wild Bill.
Too late. Bye-bye baseball. William Contreras admiring.
But I'm not done yet.
The lights are never too bright for the 21-year-old Jackson Churio.
Turns out, Democrat Josh Kaul is not going to seek election for governor. He is going to seek re-election as Attorney General. He seemed very invested in the work that the Department of Justice in Wisconsin is doing.
The government shutdown is now impacting air travel. There's been an uptick in sick calls from air traffic controllers. Staffing shortages are leading to flight delays.
Amazon Prime Day today. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is that Telly has never used Amazon. Ever.
I know that sounds like that is just straight blasphemy.
I'll just go to the store.
Best Buy, I'm assuming.
From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, Microsoft has pulled its plans for a data center in Caledonia.
Something's going there. It's not going to stay farmland. Careful what you say no to. On board the Brewers Express right now, WTMJ's Adam Roberts on a moving train at the moment. Adam?
So there are plenty of Brewers fans on, but there are definitely people who are typing a quick accounts receivable report for someone at the Hancock building like, what is going on? I'm just trying to get to work.
Good. We can watch the game.
Struck him out swinging with a fastball, and the Brewers leave the bases loaded in the eighth.
This sucks.
The Wisconsin Center District commissioned a study on best uses of Miller High Life Theater and the UWM Panther Arena.
There is no plan, there is no discussion about demolishing either or both of those buildings.
It happened near 49th and Mill as an off-duty officer was driving to work. A car cut him off and they got into a minor accident. As they were assessing the damage, the 26-year-old driver got out of his car and pistol-whipped the officer in the mouth. Police Chief Jeffrey Norman says they exchanged gunfire and the man died on scene.
How does a minor accident change into a deadly force situation? Unacceptable.
The 40-year-old officer is currently being treated at the hospital.
The $80 million project focused on preserving the history of the building on Wells and Water while improving accessibility.
I think that for those who've been here before, every experience I'm confident will be better in this new theater. There's not a bad sightline in the theater.
The new Milwaukee Reps grand opening is a concert with Tony Award winner Bernadette Peters.
Ground ball to short. Swanson has it. Throws to first, and a Game 5 is coming up on Saturday in Milwaukee.
We're going to fight back. We have all season. I admire our team. I have faith in our team, and we'll be ready to play. I'm certain we'll be ready to play in Game 5.
I hope for your sake you're right this time.
What a week, eh?
What a week. Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
And what a Game 5, too. It's the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. And by the way, if you want to hear it again, text the word WEEK, W-E-E-K, to the Siding Unlimited talk and text line, 855-616-1620, and you can hear it all again. It's 8:41, 60 degrees. We're going to get up to about mid-60s today or so. A few clouds out there, so be ready. It's going to be kind of fall-like, I would say. And coming up next, we've got Greg Matzik with sports right here on WTMJ.
Save big money right now at Menards. October is Fire Safety Month. Kidde Home Safety products keep your family protected in case of emergencies. From smoke and carbon monoxide detectors to fire extinguishers and more. Get peace of mind with new smoke and carbon monoxide detectors today. Save big money on all Kidde products at Menards. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for all our great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Annual enrollment is on the way. Whether you're gearing up for retirement or already there, American Republic Insurance Services is here to help you navigate your health and life insurance options with confidence. They'll walk you through every step so you can make smart, secure choices and protect your legacy. And remember, protect yourself from scams by working with a trusted local agent. Call them today at 262-523-1440. American Republic Insurance Services. Be informed, be smart, be secure.
Constipation with belly pain that keeps coming back and back and back. If your symptoms keep coming back, talk to your doctor. It could be irritable bowel syndrome with constipation or IBS-C. Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
There's elation in Milwaukee as the Brewers advance to the NLCS with a 3-1 win over the Cubs in Game 5. Milwaukee slugged 3 solo home runs behind a pitching plan executed to perfection. Here's Greg Matzik.
Bottles popping in the Brewers clubhouse celebrating the team's first NLDS Series win since 2018.
We work our whole lives for this stuff, and then you get to a moment like this, and it's just so special.
Rookies Jacob Mizorowski and Chad Patrick starred in the middle innings on the mound after closer Trevor McGill opened things up. All part of the plan, according to Brewers general manager Matt Arnold.
We all spent a lot of minutes on that. You know, it's so many diverse perspectives, whether they're coaches or front office guys, and that's the ability to bring so many different perspectives together to try to make a good decision.
From American Family Field, Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
And the Brewers are going to face the Dodgers in the NLCS. Game 1 is being played tomorrow night right here at AmFam, and our coverage gets underway at 6 tomorrow night. It is 8:45. Well, it's John Brenda was at the game last night, and he's got some reaction from one of the fans. We'll have that for you right after this on WTMJ.
They were talking about doing a few things to spruce up their home, and I knew where they were coming from. Sometimes you don't even realize it, but then it hits you. You've had the same look in your home forever. And that's why Jan and Bob came to see me. And I told them they came to the right place. Because here, you'll find a bunch of choices to spruce up your home for less. They had a stone fireplace with empty walls on either side. I suggested glass shelves. She hated their old bathtub, so I showed her our glass shower door displays. They had kind of a small living room, so I thought strip mirrors would really open it up. And after we priced out my suggestions, they were surprised at the bottom line. Wait till they see their home after we're through. This is Stacy Sinks with Less's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
It's the first time since 2018 the Brewers are playing for the pennant. And Sean Brenda got a reaction from a longtime fan.
After the final pitch Saturday evening, Brewers fans were more than ready to continue their postseason journey. Fans such as Jeff Sikich have been watching the franchise since they started here in Milwaukee in 1970.
Since the Brewers came here, I have never missed a playoff game or a World Series game. I'm kind of addicted, if you will.
Sikich says the love he and his son have for the team go beyond Wisconsin.
My son drove all the way up from Cincinnati to go to this last game with me.
Sean Brenda, WTMJ News.
What an amazing experience for so many fans. Now, most of the tickets are already sold for the NLCS, but, and listen carefully, the Brewers have announced that approximately 1,000 single-game tickets for each game of the National League Championship Series at AmFam are going to go on sale to Wisconsin residents this morning at 10 a.m. Now, keep in mind, the availability of single-game tickets is extremely limited, demand is high, and inventory includes standing room only, obstructed view, and tickets previously held for MLB purposes. Now, if you want to get in on that, you can text the word, keep in mind, capital letters, capital T, capital I, capital X, to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line at 855-616-1620, and we will send you the link to the Brewers.com postseason, where those tickets are going to go on sale this morning at 10 a.m. It's 8:47. Well, speaking of the Brewers, and that's really pretty much all we've done all day, Vince and Eric from Wisconsin Morning News put together their version of if this season had been a Hollywood movie, and we're going to share that with you right after this. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
Tune in to Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty.
He wants to have multiple championships. And if there's a first-round exit for the Bucks, it will be hard for me to believe that Giannis has a long-term future moving forward in Milwaukee beyond this season.
Bringing you the latest in news, sports, traffic, and weather.
Artificial intelligence is making its way into nearly every part of medicine, and now a major new clinical trial is testing whether AI can help doctors detect breast cancer earlier and more accurately.
Every weekday from noon until 3 p.m.
Pizza made with pride. That's what you'll get here. With a sauce recipe over 60 years in existence that we're not changing for the world. And we just can't get ourselves to skimp. So we still use only the highest quality ingredients, like our house recipe Italian sausage and our original thin crust dough that's made fresh daily and never frozen. And of course, always 100% real mozzarella cheese. You can't beat that or a Marty's Pizza.
Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember, Marty's Pizza.
Keep the comfort in and the weather out with beautiful new windows and doors from Siding Unlimited. For ideas, go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Well, Sandy and Max and I talked about the alternative Super Bowl halftime show proposed by Turning Point on this week's Entertainment Spotlight. You can check that out if you go to WTMJ.com and also check our Facebook page. And we've got that conversation for you. But this morning, we have to talk Brewers after that game last night. And this season has been nothing short of spectacular, with plenty of dramatic storylines and tons of fun characters. And with that in mind, Wisconsin Morning News crew has created a movie pitch for Hollywood to consider, and here it is.
Here's what you do. You got to start with euchre.
Holy cow! Do you believe it?
It's January, a sun-splashed American Family Fields of Phoenix. They're in Arizona, and manager Pat Murphy is pulling up like he's going to go into the office. And he rolls up, and the sound effect comes in. You know how when a car is rolling over some, like, gravel or something? I think the manager drives a nicer car than that. He steps out, he gets out of the car, his cell phone rings, and he picks up. Yeah? Oh, no. When? All right. I'll tell the boys. They'll want to hear it from me. And then you go into... We fade right into euchre coverage, the coverage of his passing.
Fans across generations gathering in somber reflection.
Bob Euchre was not just a baseball announcer. He was an entertainer, He was a family person. He was a baseball guy. He was a comedian.
You could tell a joke at the drop of a hat.
The amount of Euchre jerseys, sweatshirts, T-shirts, saw license plates that people turned into necklaces.
Heroes will be remembered. Legends never die, so I don't think he'll miss a pitch.
So then there's like a fade to black or something to show a passing of time. And then when we return, the 2025 team is back home after just getting terrorized by the Yankees.
A historic day for the Yankees in the Bronx.
Just getting blown up.
And they take down the Brewers by a final score of 20-9.
Highly concerned.
Yes. Quick shot of the talking heads.
I have concerns about the pitching. Absolutely.
Another boat race, says one of the headlines. Okay, cut to the clubhouse. A slow pan of the team, players at their lockers, some laughing, other ones listening to music on their phone. It looks like a scrappy bunch, likable but banged up. You notice there's a lot of guys in the trainer's room. And in walks in a young man, duffel bag over his shoulder. He kind of looks like Glenn Powell. You know that guy, that actor from Maverick and Twisters. So he walks in, sets his bag down, cut to manager Pat Murphy walking in the clubhouse. He yells, "Hey, kid." Young man turns. "You Priester?" "Yes, sir." Maybe Murph says something like, "Then get your spikes on. You'll probably pitch today."
Quinn Priester, the mighty Quinn, strikes out this side in the top of the first.
I mean, pick your characters. You could build this around the entire Brewers pitching staff. I mean, you got the old veteran, reliable Freddie Peralta, been with the team a long time.
And Peralta pats his chest and says, "I got him."
You got the wise, injured Woodruff.
Who else you got? You got the kid.
The Miz. Miz versus Skeens here this afternoon.
Just about a capacity crowd on hand as the Miz is the first one out of that first base dugout. And what an atmosphere.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Miz Zarowski is just pressing buttons on a remote control, it feels like.
You need an antagonist. Like, who's the bad guy in this?
I mean, maybe, is it Craig Counsell?
Is it Savale? Like, he didn't want to go to the bullpen?
Yes.
Which actually then leads you into the other storyline. Friggin' Vaughn coming here and being a world beater, picked off the trash heap from the Sox.
Fly ball, deep left. It is up and it is gone. Welcome to the Brew Crew, Andrew Vaughn. The legend of Andrew Vaughn keeps growing. A grand slam. I am so glad that Aaron Savali demanded that trade. Swing and a miss.
And then the film picks up steam in the middle with the winning streak, right? 14 in a row.
And a fly ball left center field, well struck. Back is Benson at the track. Wall gone! Wild Bill to left center. Here's the throw from Perkins. It is going to be in time. Game over. Fly ball to deep right. It is back. Soto back. Out of here. You can't make it up. 12 in a row for the Crew. Would you like fries with that? Well,
Do you really keep pancakes in your pocket?
Sometimes. Pancakes, pizza. I mean, stuff I like.
Then you shift to the emotional finish.
what world are we living in right now? I'll tell you, it's the Brewers world.
We have the opportunity to be friends for life, right? We go and do this whole thing and go where we want to go. Everybody in this room is friends for life.
Who's writing this thing?
We're playing with house money. You believe that we can do it.
I think that there's definitely a little piece of Bob that is narrating this whole thing and having a big part of it.
You can't make it up! October official! For the 5th time in 6 years, the Milwaukee Brewers are headed to the postseason.
At the end, then, you got to bring it back around to you. Like, you could do the speech. Pat Murphy saying he got a letter from Uke.
The last time that we celebrated, Duke was with us. Howdy, boys. Never a doubt you would get this invitation. You did it by believing. Really miss you guys, and I wish I was there. Things are good. God Almighty picked me to be on his team up here, albeit I'm the third catcher. It's a great league. No day games after night games. No shadows. But you got all the sticky you need to have up here. Told the big guy about you guys. You play hard every night, not afraid to play for each other. He's obviously very interested in the group with this uncommon goodness. I know you guys really don't need me, but I've got to tell you, I'll be on the headset every night watching. And don't forget to take it all in, enjoy it, keep it light, and believe in each other.
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Milwaukee. A team for the ages, the 2025 Milwaukee Brewers, and they are not even close to being done yet.
You speak into existence, you see it, you visualize it, you believe that we can do it.
Holy cow, do you believe it?
And I think Vince and Eric might be putting together a little bit more for that movie this week. We'll have to wait and see. Coming up after the news, Dominic Cotroneo joins us. He's going to talk about last night's game and also what to expect this week. It's all ahead on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
The Wisconsin retirement system impacts over 690,000 people, including police, firefighters, teachers, and UW employees. Join Annex Wealth Management and WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for a free webinar. Understand your WRS potential on Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Learn how your WRS pension fits into your financial portfolio and planning. The Annex Financial Planning team is experienced with WRS pensions and holistic financial planning. Register at annexwealth.com/events. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano talking with Dr. Mike Nolte at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Doc, a lot of people are hesitant to visit a surgeon for spine care.
The good news is that the vast majority of patients that I see and the majority of conditions that I can see can be successfully treated without surgery. And I don't want patients to think that just because you're seeing a spine surgeon means that you're going to be signing up for surgery. We talk about in my clinic kind of a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. orthowisconsin.com.
Cheese doodles, Mr. Nougat Bar. Oh, here we go. 4-door hatchback.
Some things are fine to buy from a vending machine, but a car is not one of them. The national online company makes it seem convenient, but it won't be so convenient if you have a problem with the vehicle you buy. And if it's after 7 days, good luck. Adam member dealers also let you search online, plus test drive the vehicle before you buy it. And they're right here to handle any issues.
But the car's stuck. No!
Start your search at adam.com.
After a serious accident, you'll need a winning team to protect your rights. Trust Wisconsin's own Ruger Law Offices. Proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
The wait is over. It's time to fear the deer.
Hammers it down with a monster right-hand slam.
Bucks basketball is back with a preseason matchup in the Windy City against the Bulls.
The Greek Freak bringing the thunder.
Our radio network game day coverage starts tonight at 5:30 on the home of the Bucks. News Radio 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 9 o'clock, it's 59 degrees in Milwaukee. Today, partly cloudy with a high of 66. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 53. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Nazir Spencer. A plan is emerging for the now abandoned UW-Milwaukee Waukesha campus.
The Journal-Sentinel reports that Waukesha County officials plan to make their recommendations for the future of the campus during a joint meeting of the County Executive Board and Finance Committee on October 27th. Since UW-Milwaukee Waukesha campus closed earlier this past spring, 3 contractors have submitted requests for proposals on September 12th. A development plan still needs to be approved by the County Executive Board and the Waukesha Common Council, but many officials have said they would like to see the campus turned into land for housing development. Sean Brinda, WTMJ News.
The Brewers are on their way to the NLCS after beating the Cubs from American Family Field Saturday night, winning 3-1. Jeff Sikich from West Dallas has attended every Brewers postseason game throughout the franchise, and he sees similarities from the 82 team.
The guys love each other, and they play for each other. And Murphy reminds me so much of Harvey Keene, the manager at that time. It was like, guys, just go out and play. We got tomorrow. And that seems that it's Murphy's kind of way to do it.
Game 1 of the NLCS will take place on Monday at 7:08 at home from Milwaukee. After a loss and a tie and a bye week, the Packers aim to get back in the win column this afternoon against the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Packers lead the league in third down conversion rate and have allowed the fourth fewest yards per game. But head coach Matt LaFleur would like to see it all come together in the same game.
I don't think we've put together a complete game. We're far from our best football, so there's a lot to improve upon, and you're always striving for is to get that figured out.
Today, the Packers face a struggling Bengals team starting veteran quarterback Joe Flacco. Flacco was traded to the Bengals on Wednesday. Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Today's game kicks off at 3:25 from Lambeau Field. Milwaukee drivers, give yourselves a pat on the back. You've navigated the major 894 resurfacing project like champs, and this is the final hurdle.
Here we go one more time. This weekend is the last of the 54-hour closures, for a while anyway, on 894 southbound. It'll be closed from Greenfield through the Hale Interchange as the freeway is getting repaved. Along with this closure, the DOT has closed 94 eastbound to southbound ramp and 94 westbound to southbound ramp in the Zoo Interchange. Everything should be reopened by Monday at 5:30 a.m. If you do need any more information or maps, head to WTMJ.com for all the details. Debbie Loziga, WTMJ News.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor living and limited. WTMJ News Time, 9:04.
Sponsored by AccuNet Mortgage.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
After writing 3 unsuccessful offers, Brenda decided to make a no-regrets offer on this next property. She offered $35,000 over asking and promised to complete the purchase even if the appraised value came in as much as $25,000 below the accepted offer price. Why? Because she was tired of losing, and because her AccuNet loan consultant showed her that even in her worst-case scenario, no additional money would be needed at closing, and her payment, which on this home was much more affordable than others she wrote offers on, would only increase by $17 a month. Brenda's no-regrets offer, backed up by a rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from AccuNet, was accepted over several others. And wouldn't you know, the appraised value came in at the significantly higher than asking purchase price, which happens 9 out of 10 times in our experience. If you or someone you know wants help understanding what a no-regrets pre-approval might look like, get started by clicking on the blue button at AccuNet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to GeisDoors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
No matter how many people are in your family, buying new jackets for the cold weather months can be expensive. But when you shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, prices on cold weather jackets will give you a sigh of relief because thrift store prices mean great deals. And right now we have a great selection. Find great deals on cold weather jackets for the family at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports Desk. The Pack is back in Lambeau this week to face the Bengals. That game begins today at 3:25. The Brewers advance to the NLCS for the first time since 2018 and will face the Dodgers in a best-of-7 game series beginning Monday night at 7:08. Badgers football lose to Iowa in a gut-wrenching loss 37-0. Their next matchup is against number 1 ranked Ohio State. Badgers Sports Updates are sponsored by Siding Unlimited, Siding, and a whole lot more. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver. Traffic on 894 southbound closed from Greenfield through the Hale Interchange. The freeway is getting repaved. Along with the closures, the DOT has closed the 94 eastbound and southbound ramp and westbound to southbound ramp in the Zoo Interchange. Everything should be reopened by Monday at 5:30 a.m. Otherwise, no major issues, no major delays, and full freeway speeds across the system.
This report sponsored by Exterior Pros and Baths. Trust the pros and kick off your home transformation. Want to save big on your next home improvement project? Visit extpros.com today for expert services at unbeatable prices.
Here's your WTMJ forecast. Today, partly cloudy at times with a high of 66. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 53. Right now in Milwaukee, it's 59 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time 9:07.
This is Wisconsin's Weekend Morning News with Libby Collins. And now it's time for New at 9.
And there is only one story this morning. It is the Brewers win. They're on to the NLCS. And we've got Dominic Cotroneo here with us. Of course, he's all about our Brewers coverage. Brewers 360 is one of our hosts here. And Dominic, first of all, thanks for coming in, because I know you didn't sleep last night.
I didn't sleep. Let's go. I'm ready. I'm ready for game one. Let's do it. Where do I go?
Well, you were fortunate enough. You got to go into the clubhouse after the game last night. I want to talk to you about the vibe. Walking in, what was that like?
So, there's always, we get sequestered as the media to wait for the doors to open. There's always the first moment where Murph and team officials have their time with the team briefly. And then, so we don't hear that. That gets shared on social by the Brewers. And then when we walk in, you could feel just the energy and the release and we did it. The feeling of understanding the gravity of this series, understanding we can all sit here and say, oh, it's just another game, just another series. It wasn't. And they knew that and you knew that. And it's just the fact that this is the team that validates 97 wins. Job's not finished, but this is the team. They won a series. They did it against the rivals. They did it against Craig. They did it out homering them. They played flawless defense. They played incredible pitching. The rookies carried them. And the way I see it is just that when I walked into that feeling, you could just see relief and belief at the same time of just, we are that team. We are the best team in baseball.
Compare that to what you saw from the dugout on the Cubs side at the end of that game.
You just saw dejection, right? Given what we saw in May, think about it, that first series head-to-head Cubs-Brewers first week of May. And I remember, the Brewers salvaged the finale. They should have been swept in that series, given how poorly they played. But then you kind of sat there and you're like, this isn't the full roster. This isn't everybody they're going to be using. And then, I remember, talking to some people around the game after that series, and everyone's walking around, oh my goodness, Cubs might win 100 games. Oh my gosh, they're unbelievable. I'm like, you know what? It's still early, but yeah, they're pretty good. I was walking away they're the best team in the National League. And then look at it now. This is why you play all 162 games, because you can't fake it for 162 games. And what I mean by that is, the Brewers winning 97 games is no small feat. And the Cubs, I believe the final number for them was 90, 91. And it's still a really good win total, but there's a reason they didn't win 97. And some of those reasons were pitching. Some of those reasons were a lack of timely hitting. They hit homers. We all love homers. But that's what I think makes these two teams such a beautiful matchup was, hey, there's a team that only relies on the homer, and then there's the Brewers that when they hit homers, it's a bonus, but they can do other ways to beat you, and then they hit the homers, and look what happened.
So what was the strategy last night?
Hit score more runs than the other team.
You know Murph, obviously,
right.
You know the players. What do you think was going on in terms of we've got to win this game?
I tell you what, the first guy I saw in the celebration last night was Jim Henderson, the pitching coach, strategist, former Brewer. And I looked at him with a big smile and said, you mad scientist? He this plan that they put together with the pitching staff, everyone was reacting to Trevor McGill opening the game. People were like, what? Well, here's the thought. He's going to get an inning anyway. Just give him the first one, given the first inning had been such a trouble in this series. Then it's like, okay, you've got a couple of length options. Do you go Jacob Mizorowski? Do you go Jose Quintana? Do you go Quinn Priester? They ultimately decided on Jacob Mizorowski, and I think the best part about going to Miz is he admitted to us in the media after the games, they didn't tell me bleep. As in, hey man, get a good night's rest, get your, you're going to pitch in this game. No, the bullpen phone rang. He was in the bullpen. They said, Miz, get up. He said, all right, let's go. Let it eat. And 4 innings, rookie earns the win.
So there weren't those butterflies beforehand.
He didn't get a chance to. Everybody had the pit in their stomach, as Pat Murphy said. But the fact that they didn't tell Miz, hey, they knew they wanted to go to him. But they're like, bullpen phone rings, Miz, get up, and we're not going to tell you how long you're going to go. So go get out there and go get some outs. And he only had 2 3-ball counts, didn't walk a batter. I owe Jacob Mizorowski an apology because I left him off my projected roster. Like what we saw the last 3-4 weeks from him, it was just like, what is going on? And this is the guy that was named to an All-Star game after just 5 starts.
We have Dominic Cotroneo here. We are talking about everything to do with the Brewers this morning. And I guess the question's going to be, what's next? Because there's another big game tomorrow night. And we'll find out from Dom right after this on WTMJ. It's 9:12 and 59 degrees.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus. I'm Weston. What's your question?
What makes Hasselus mattress different?
Aside from employee-free showrooms, free next-day delivery and haul away, and way too low prices on Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper?
Yeah, besides that.
Well, Hasselus is locally owned.
You mean your franchise is locally owned?
We're not a franchise. Every showroom is owned and managed by the same family. So, when you shop at Hasselus, your money stays right here. And through Monday, our family wants to give you a $248 credit towards a new Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and Serta Perfect Sleeper just for shopping local.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Our 43 beds from the top 5 brands start at $393.
I like that.
Try and buy with no pushy sales guy.
I love that.
Free next day delivery too.
Thanks.
For what?
For being different.
Shop local and enjoy a $248 credit through Monday at Hasselus Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find a no-hassle, employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
In 1964, we were making strides towards space travel.
Mary Poppins was the #1 movie in theaters.
And the Beatles were taking America by storm.
Which was long before I was born.
Facts. 1964 is also the year it all started for Richland's Tire and Service Centers. 60 years of continuous growth and more happy customers than you can shake a stick at.
Okay, the streamers are a bit overkill. It's just us in the studio.
All right. But it's important to know accomplishments like these aren't possible without a dedicated team. So hats off to them and our founder, my dad, Dick Matschke, for understanding the importance of customer focus.
Facts. There's no 60 years of anything without you, the customer, which is why our focus will remain on you and only you for years to come.
Thank you from all of us here at Richland's Tire and Service Centers.
Richland's Tire and Service, such a refreshing change. Richland's. 'Cause if there's more to life than baseball.
And we are back with Dominic Cotroneo, our Brewers host. I'm Libby Collins. All right, now Dom, you spent this week in Philly.
Yes.
In
LA.
In LA, because of course you work also for TBS, and so you saw that series. You know the Dodgers pretty well. You know how they're playing right now. What can we expect at that game tomorrow night?
What I'm fired up about is that I'd be surprised if it's not. But I mean, Shohei Ohtani is going to pitch, and it's going to be Shohei Ohtani, the leadoff hitter, Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher. And man, as a baseball nerd, as a baseball lifer, when I saw him do that in Game 1 against the Phillies, and I know he had a bad day and a bad series at the plate, but he had a bad day at the plate in that game, but he still had, I think, 8 strikeouts and just was dominant. And yeah, he gave up 3 runs early, but then he still getting through 6. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, that is the best athlete I've ever seen. Not just baseball player. That is the best athlete I have ever seen. So you're going to get Shohei tomorrow. You'll probably get on Tuesday, I would imagine it would be Yamamoto, just because they want to realign things to make sure they have both of those guys available for 6 in Game 7. Because the big thing here, Libby, too, is that the schedule gets back to normal. Think of all these extra off days we had, leading up to, and then between Game 1 and Game 2. Then
and plus
another
a short
day,
commute between the fields, yeah.
So now you get Game 1 and Game 2 back-to-back, travel day Wednesday, and then 3, 4, and 5 all in a row. So there's no extra off day looming in there. Also, it's LA. There's not going to be a rain out. And then travel day next Sunday, then you would come back home if necessary for Game 6 and Game 7 here Monday and Tuesday of the following week. So keep that in mind, that bullpen and back-to-backs are going to be important.
Okay, who's pitching for the Brewers tomorrow?
It's TBD. We'll find out tonight.
What's your best guess?
My best guess is Quinn Priester. I think, flush that Game 3 performance, get him back on the saddle. It'll be Quinn in Game 1, Freddie in Game 2. Maybe we see Miz get just a traditional start in Game 3 or Game 4. And then you have the consideration of, do you just throw Jose Quintana as a traditional start? Do you use an opener? The Brewers are now set up that in a 7-game series, they can, I don't want to say the word punt, but I just want to say, like, with a 7-game series and with all the back-to-backs, you're a little more comfortable using a starter in a traditional role because there's room for error in case something goes wrong.
When you were in the clubhouse last night, did anybody mention Bob Uecker?
Oh, all the time. I mean, they still have the photos and the portraits. They have a new one for each celebration of him in a celebration. I think it's a great touch. The other great touch, too, Tony Migliaccio, the clubhouse manager extraordinaire, the best of the best, and a few of the other staffers in the clubhouse all had a custom yellow, blue plaid jacket.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah.
What was all that about?
So, I mean, it's a tribute to Bob. So, Tony Miggs and Bob obviously go way back, friends for life. And then, other clubhouse staffers, Joe Swanhart, Ben Wilkes, a lot of the clubhouse team had those jackets on for Uke. Because here's the thing about Uke, and I know people know the story about Uke getting voted a playoff share. When you make the playoffs, players get a share. Ticket revenue is how all this stuff happens. So you get a bonus, in a year-end bonus, if you will. And the players have to vote on how many shares they want to distribute to players. And every year they would distribute one to Bob Uecker. But Bob would always distribute that to the clubhouse staff. And I think that's a very normal thing across baseball, that teams give back to their clubhouse staff. So I thought that was a really nice touch by the team inside the clubhouse.
Do you think they'll have those plaid shirts on sale at the retail store in AmFam?
I kind of like the feeling of some things are team only, team official only. I'm okay with some stuff kind of staying in the clubhouse.
And by the way, that team store opens at 11 o'clock today if you want to get some of that NLCS.
I like the NLCS stuff. I like the black. I like the simple look. I think that's a good look at it.
Okay. And then one other thing, and I think we should mention this again, 10 o'clock this morning, they've got a limited number of single game tickets, only 1,000 for each game. Those are going to go on sale. If you want the link to the Brewers.com postseason website, you can text the word TIX in capital letters, TIX, capital letters, to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line 866 or 855-616-1620, and we will send that link out to you. And good luck getting tickets, because it's going to be tough getting into some of these games.
It's going to be incredible. I think that you get the rematch of 2018. It was funny. Ryan Braun was in the building last night. He was fired up. Talked to him briefly, and Yelly was having a good time with him for his crowd pump and the mic moment and everything. But I just sit here and I'm like, man, like this team. If I told you at the start of the series, Yelly wasn't going to do a lot. Sal had a really quiet series. Bryce, yes, he had the double in Game 1 and the homer in Game 5. In the middle, he didn't really do much. Quinn Priester wouldn't get out of the first. Like, all this stuff that went wrong for the Brewers. Oh, yeah, and they won in 5. I love it. It's a better story that way.
So what's your best guess? How many games will we see in this series?
Brewers in 7.
It's going to go all the way.
Brewers in 7. These two teams are really good. It's the matchup that I wanted personally to kind of, 6-0 in the regular season is a little bit of a blip because the Dodgers, let's be honest, the Dodgers coasted in the regular season because they could. They had that luxury, the best team that money could buy. They spent all of the regular season making sure they get healthy for October. They're now healthy for October. You've got Shohei pitching. You've got Yoshi Yamamoto, who the Brewers didn't let him get out of a first inning. You've got Tyler Glass now. You've got Blake Snell. You've got Roki Sasaki in the back end of their bullpen. They are very, very, very good. But what a story it would be. We all know how the story of David and Goliath ends. So that's what this series is going to be billed as.
Dom Catronio, you will be all over it. We will hear you a lot during the next week. Thanks for coming in today. Get some sleep.
No. Sleep when I'm dead. Let's go. Brewers in 7.
Ben, why are you wearing a lab coat?
I'm conducting a highly sensitive experiment, Arvid.
Here, at Penny Mustard.
Obviously, Nicole.
What's going on?
We've seen a significant uptick in the number of gasping customers.
Gasping?
I've isolated the gasping to this 12-foot radius.
Well, of course. This is where we display the Joni sofa.
Now that's a gasp-worthy sofa.
The Joni sofa's sophistic-crafted fortress frame construction makes it as strong as a tank.
When you pair it with our high-quality foam and hundreds of fabric and leather options, you get an incredibly durable, yet surprisingly supple sofa.
Was that you?
Oh no, it's contagious.
The Joni sofa, starting at just $80 a month with no interest until October of 2027 through October 19th at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Better versions of what people want.
Penny Mustard Furnishings.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10,000 for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call Quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
At Og Prep North, we know the only way to build the future is on the foundation of excellence and faith. Og Prep North, built for academic, artistic, and athletic excellence. Made for more. Learn more at ogprep.org.
The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or guests and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
This is Sunday Sip. I'm Homer, and I'm joined by Joni Moore, who is the founder of Higher Love. First of all, good morning.
Good morning.
What inspired you to do this?
Well, it's been a journey, my whole life. When I was a kid, I loved to walk in the forest. I loved plants. And so I studied plants when I went to college. I've also always had an interest in health and wellness. And when cannabis became legal in Michigan, it just seemed like a no-brainer to try to get into it in some way. I could also say that I have family members who've grown cannabis, and just being around the plants, I was so attracted to the plant itself that it just seemed like a natural thing for me to get into. Of course, I had no idea what it was going to become, but I started out as a caregiver in 2013, and it just kind of grew from there.
Now, you gave us a background, but you still have to do it. So take us through the process of, all right, I have this idea, I'm interested, now I got to do it. What was that doing?
Well, the doing was not just me. The doing is a combined effort and a team, just like any big project. It takes an effort of a group. Like I said, I started out as a caregiver. I worked in one of the first dispensaries in the Upper Peninsula as a bud tender, and I met a lot of people in the process who were also in cannabis. And way back then, I met through Craigslist the person who is my current business partner. My background is plants and health and wellness, but my business partner, his background is business. So it's a combination of the two, including like-minded thinking, that brought us into Higher Love and where we are today.
What makes cannabis to you such a unique and fascinating plant?
So this plant has been cultivated and babied and carried across the world for centuries. And in that process, I think that there has been some cooperation and understanding between the plant and humans. I got this thinking from a movie that's called The Botany of Desire. It was originally a book written by Pollan, I think is his last name, and he created a documentary out of it that I saw that talks about how plants and human beings work together. And cannabis was one of those plants that he highlighted. And as anybody who's grown cannabis probably knows and can tell you about, there's something about this plant that gets into your psyche, not just when you use it, but when you grow it, and the connections that it creates. My background is also in forestry, and in forestry, there's current knowledge and understanding is that the trees are connected below the surface of the soil by roots, by mycorrhizae, which are fungi that grow on the roots. And it isn't just a single plant that lives by itself. And I think the same thing has happened with cannabis, that the cannabis plant in its cultivation and in its use connects all of us together.
Customers drive like 8 hours plus to get to Higher Love. I'm sure you love it. I'm also guessing it may not surprise you.
It doesn't surprise me, and I think that there's multiple reasons for that. So if you combine our attention to quality in our company with our love of health and wellness and our love of people, it all comes together to form a business that cares about the product, cares about the people, and we try to replicate that for every single customer. Our bud tenders are trained in how to listen to the customer and understand what they need, whether it's a product for recreational purposes or for any health and wellness goals, so that then they can match the product to the person. It all works together. Personally, I love the Upper Peninsula and the Upper Midwest, so I'm very excited to hear about people that appreciate our products.
Higher Love, the only organization in the Upper Peninsula that grows organically and has the Clean Green Certificate. Explain.
Yes. That's part of my whole philosophy of cultivation and how, what products I put in my own body, too, is it's important to me that things are high quality. Just like, you could get one hamburger might be higher quality than another hamburger based on how it's grown or how it's made and the products that are used. So when it came time to run our cultivation facility, I wanted to use not only soil, but all of our inputs I wanted to be organic as well, because I know that the product that's produced is a higher quality and it's better for people than other methods. So because cannabis is not federally legal at this point, we couldn't use the USDA organization that does organic status. But because other cannabis growers also think that organic status is important, there's another organization that does the same thing. And it's actually run by people who do USDA organic testing for other products so that they use the same standards in the Clean Green certification. So we actually didn't have to change a single thing about our production to get that status. We just had to be inspected and show them all of our methods and products that we use, and everything was good to go, and we got that Clean Green status very easily.
Joni Morgan, one of the founders of Higher Love, want to thank you for your time and all the information.
Well, thank you so much for having me on the show, Homer.
I'm Homer. This is Sunday Sip.
Well, now that the time is right and you're ready to make it happen, I can tell you this. We've installed hundreds of all-glass shower enclosures, and the one thing customers like best about them is that they have virtually no framework, and that's a positive on a number of levels. First off, the less framework you have, the easier your cleanup is going to be. And secondly, when you have virtually no framework on your all-glass shower enclosure, not only does the glass show well, but it also allows for the beautiful tile work that a lot of folks are having done these days to be a real aesthetic focal point. And when we install your all-glass shower enclosure with nearly maintenance-free shower guard glass, you're going to be cleaning it less and enjoying it a whole lot more. This is Stacy Sinks with Les's Glass Service. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
Since 1957, we've been making great pizzas. The recipe's the same, the dough's made daily like it's always been. The fresh veggies are cut daily, and the quality control remains as high as it's ever been. We gotta keep it high, because we know when you can count on consistency, that it keeps you coming back. So how about Marty's Pizza tonight?
Remember Marty's Pizza. Remember Marty's Pizza. In the past, it doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
Well, it's 9:31, and we've got Nazir Spencer in the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Nazir, there's a stabbing in Sheboygan.
Yes, thank you, Libby. One 20-year-old is under arrest in Sheboygan after police say they allegedly stabbed another 20-year-old victim. The stabbing took place on Saturday morning at 1 a.m. near the corners of North Avenue and 15th Street. The victim was taken to a local hospital where they are expected to recover from the stab wound. The 20-year-old suspect is currently being held in the Sheboygan County Detention Center with charges being processed by the Sheboygan County District Attorney's Office. Milwaukee police are investigating two separate incidents from Saturday. The first, a non-fatal shooting around 1:30 p.m. near 35th and Villard. A 44-year-old victim was taken to the hospital for treatment. About an hour earlier, around 12:18 p.m., officers responded to a fatal car crash near 76th and Hampton. Investigators say a 36-year-old motorcyclist died after colliding with another vehicle. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic, the Hale Interchange and the Zoo Interchange southbound and eastbound ramps are closed at the moment and will reopen at 5:30 a.m. tomorrow. So just be mindful that the paving is still going on this weekend on the southbound route on the Zoo Interchange to the Hale Interchange. So just be mindful of that. Otherwise, no major issues, no major delays, and full freeway speeds across the system.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee. Milwaukee Mattress, where top quality mattresses are priced hundreds less than premium national mattress brands. Found exclusively at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
Here's your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Today, partly cloudy at times with a high of 66. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low of 53. Monday, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers or sprinkles with a high of 70. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high of 64. Wednesday, some morning clouds, then becoming mostly sunny with a high of 61. Right now in Johnson Creek, it's 57. In Cedarburg, it's 61. And in Milwaukee, it's 59 degrees. I'm Nazir Spencer, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 9:34.
You know, I've been wondering, did they purposely close 894 just to keep the Cub fans out?
Can you imagine?
Confuse them?
Oh, yeah.
They'd be wondering. Never mind. It's okay. Open it now. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, coming up in just a couple minutes, Mr. Irrelevant, Alex Strofe, is going to be joining us on Wisconsin Weekend Morning News.
The Wisconsin retirement system impacts over 690,000 people, including police, firefighters, teachers, and UW employees. Join Annex Wealth Management and WTMJ's Steve Scafidi for a free webinar. Understand your WRS potential on Tuesday, October 21st at 3:30 p.m. Learn how your WRS pension fits into your financial portfolio and planning. The Annex Financial Planning team is experienced with WRS pensions and holistic financial planning. Register at annexwealth.com/events. Know the difference with a fee-only fiduciary. That's Annex Wealth Management.
Gene Miller here for my friends at Hometown Windows and Doors. Unfortunately, it's not too early to start thinking about those upcoming heating bills. At Hometown's huge New Berlin showroom, you can compare energy-efficient windows from Anderson, Pella, Marvin, and more. Like me, you'll get a dedicated project consultant to guide you to the products that best fit your home, style, and budget, along with employee carpenters who respect your home. Do what I did. Contact Hometown Windows and Doors today. Hometown with an E for your every window and door need. 414-329-1200 or online at hometownwindows.com.
We all have someone we know or love that has been affected by some form of cancer.
No matter how well you love and support them and try to be there for them, you can never really know what a person is feeling after hearing the words, "You have breast cancer."
Only another person that has been through this experience can really understand what it feels like.
ABCD, After Breast Cancer Diagnosis, is a Milwaukee-based organization known around the world.
When someone calls ABCD, they are matched with a mentor who is a breast cancer survivor of similar age and has the same type of breast cancer who can provide hope when people need it the most.
Kessler's is excited to announce that we've designed 3 new Hope pendants to honor breast cancer patients, survivors, thrivers, and caregivers.
100% of the net proceeds, along with an additional donation from Kessler's, will support ABCD when you purchase the symbol of hope.
You can find a link with more information about ABCD, along with all 3 modern designs starting at just $75 in sterling silver and $598 in gold, online at KesslersDiamonds.com.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Weekend Morning News. I'm Libby Collins. We have been talking Brewers all morning long, so why would we stop now? Joining us is the host of Green Bay Game Day, Alex Strofe. He's also known as Mr. Irrelevant, and you talk everything sports, including baseball, that, well, we can look at it from a different perspective. Alex, good morning.
Good morning, Libby. Good to be with you on this Victory Sunday.
All right. Now, I thought of you last night Because at the end of the
Okay.
game, I saw all of those flags came out with the giant L on them. And I thought, oh, is that for me, Libby? What the heck? What the heck was going on with all the L's?
Well, I think they were honoring you, Libby. I think that's exactly what was happening. No, look, at the end of the day, this is a very big rivalry, so pettiness will always prevail. And for this being the biggest game in the history of this rivalry between the Cubs and the Brewers, ultimately pettiness prevailed as the Brewers win and they fly the L, which obviously is fly the W is the Cubs' tradition anytime they win. So to get it thrown back in their face a little bit at AmFam Field on a Saturday night just maybe adds a little fuel to the fire of this rivalry next season, but ultimately the Brewers end up on top here in 2025.
How did they get that many flags put together that quickly?
It's a brilliant question, Libby. I wish I had the answer for you because it seemed like there was a million of them, right? And
I know.
I don't know. I don't know if they just ordered them in bulk in hopes that they would end up winning the series or what the story there was. Had they won the series in Chicago, would they have all the flags with them is another question I wondered.
Oh, wow. I don't even want to think about Alex, I don't even want to think about what would have happened had they won the series in Chicago.
Yeah, I'm glad they got to win it at home and got to celebrate with the home fans. And, you know, I went out and had a few celebratory libations last night, Libby, and I haven't hugged that many strangers since the Bucks won the title in 2021. So the entire city was happy, and you know, we were talking about it at different bars last night about all the L flags that were flying at AmFam Field. Actually, right in our office there at the 3rd Street Market Hall, Libby, when I was walking out after the game ended, one of the bartenders there grabbed a big piece of paper and drew a big L in the middle of it and hung it up at the bar at the 3rd Street Market Hall. So they were everywhere.
I'll have to check it out later on today and see if that still is there. Speaking of things that are irrelevant, Alex Strofe is joining us. What was the walk of shame like for Cubs fans as they were leaving AmFam last night?
I imagine it was exactly how you just described it. The person that probably walked out with the most shame is a Whitefish Bay native who happens to be the manager of the Cubs, and Craig Counsell, right? You have to imagine, despite the obvious monetary advancements that he took by taking that job in Chicago, you have to imagine he was thinking, oh, did I make a mistake 2 years ago when I took this job? Because the team that has been better since Craig Counsell left Milwaukee is clearly the Brewers. And last night is just an exclamation point on that statement. So when it comes to the walk of shame, maybe those Cubs fans were regretting all the Green Bay sucks chants they were letting out when they left Wrigley Field after games 3 and 4.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
When it comes to the walk of shame, I imagine none greater than their manager, Craig Counsell.
Well, you bring up an interesting point, though. Would the Brewers be doing as well if Counsell were still the manager?
Yeah, it's something we talked about earlier this week on ESPN Milwaukee, and my answer is no. I think they'd still be a good team. I still think they'd be a playoff team. But are they breaking the franchise record for wins in the regular season? Are guys like Andrew Vaughn and Caleb Durbin and Isaac Collins starring the way they have unexpectedly in 2025 if Pat Murphy isn't leading the charge? My answer is probably not, but I still think they're a really good team, and maybe they are in this position. Because all things considered, as much as we like to poke fun at them, Craig Counsell is a really good manager, and he was a really good manager for many years here in Milwaukee. But what Pat Murphy's been able to do is nothing short of spectacular. I heard you and Dominic Cotroneo talking about it a little bit earlier. This is movie stuff.
Yeah.
Like, this is a movie script. And, you know, we can dub this upcoming series David versus Goliath, but the Brewers are just that good under Pat Murphy because he is an incredible maximizer of talent. And that's the most impressive part of this movie-like story for me. It's truly unbelievable. So to answer your question, no, I don't think so, but it's probably pretty slim difference.
Doesn't Murph remind you more of an old-time baseball manager?
Yes and no.
Yeah. I mean, just his demeanor, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Yeah, there's certainly some old school characteristics from him for sure, but I'm so impressed by the way he's able. I mean, he's 62 years old. The way he's able to connect with 21, 22, 23, 24-year-olds is so impressive, and that's probably an ode to his success as a Division I college baseball manager. But to answer your question, totally. I mean, there's talk about the undaunted and the unfazed, and he's kind of a badass, right? Like that's just what he represents, and that's something that's so enjoyable watching this team and watching him manage this team. There's a little bit of an old school demeanor with him, but there's also it's impressive to witness the way he's able to connect with some of these young guys.
Well, we're talking with Alex Strofe, and of course, he is in the car right now because he's on his way to Lambeau because he also hosts Green Bay Game Day. And what's going to happen today with the Packers?
I hope a win after a week off, and before that a tie, and before that a loss. This is a good opportunity for this team to get right. So hopefully a win at Libby is what we see today for the Packers coming off the bye week, as they're a little bit healthier and probably itching for a win, something they haven't had since September 11th, a full month ago, the last time they won a football game.
Ooh, I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, with the bye week mixed in, maybe that data is a little insincere, and obviously there was a tie mixed in, so it hadn't been only losses. But yeah, it's been since that Thursday night Week 2 game on September 11th, the last time the Packers won a football game.
Well, we do know the Brewers won a baseball game last night. As a matter of fact, you mentioned some of the things that they're wearing. I think when the show's over at 11 o'clock, they're going to be opening up AmFam's retail shop, where you can get the postseason. I think I'm gonna go and get a Collins jersey, along with my L flag.
Yeah, L Collins. Yes, exactly. You should get a Collins jersey. You need one, given the magic we're witnessing.
I do. Alex Strofe, thanks so much for joining us today, and go Pack.
Go Pack, go Brewers. Thanks, Libby. Talk to you soon.
It's 9:44 at WTMJ.
We see you out there doing things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when you can find the same trusted products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices? Like 5-gallon Midwest can fuel cans, just $14.99. A 1.5 amp Schumacher battery maintainer, $27.99. All mobile Delvac 1 diesel oil starts at $15.99 after $10 rebate. Plus, we offer Blaine's best price promise, guaranteeing you the lowest price with us or we'll match it. Right here at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
You've seen us around town, volunteering, supporting events, and showing up where it matters. At Waterstone Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. The money you deposit stays local, helping small businesses, creating jobs, and supporting home ownership. It's banking from the community for the community. Visit your local branch or WSBOnline.com to see how we're building a stronger southeastern Wisconsin, one neighbor at a time. Waterstone Bank, member FDIC.
Loyalty, family. Few things are more important. This is WTMJ's Steve Scafidi and Loyal Family Renovations. They saved the day after a brutal storm in Oak Creek. Hail damage, yeah, I had a lot of it. But Jeff, Jake, and the whole team, absolute pros, made the entire process smooth as can be. Let's be honest, not everyone knows how to deal with adjusters. They handled all the questions, quick answers, top-notch customer service. In just 2 days, my roof was done. If storm damage hits, call the team that made it easy for me. Loyal Family Renovations. Visit loyalfamilyrenovations.com.
The season continues for the Milwaukee Brewers. William Contreras hit a solo home run in the first. Andrew Vaughn hit a solo home run in the fourth. And Bryce Terang added a solo shot in the eighth inning of a 3-1 win over the Chicago Cubs. And, of course, Pat Murphy's pitching plan worked to perfection. Here's Greg Matzek.
In his second career playoff appearance, Jacob Mizorowski picked up his second career playoff win. When did you know kind of what the pitching plan was going to be for tonight?
When the phone ringed in the bullpen, and it was kind of like, here you go, this is your inning, go do it.
So you knew Trevor was going to go one, but did you have any idea that you would be next in line?
No.
After allowing a leadoff home run to Seiya Suzuki, Mizorowski settled in, keeping the Cubs off the scoreboard the rest of his 4 innings of work.
It's a lot of fun. I think it's, everyone's excited, but at the same time, you realize that there's still work to be done.
From American Family Field, Greg Matzik, WTMJ News.
Next up for the Brewers, Game 1 of a best-of-7 series against the Dodgers Monday night in Milwaukee at AmFam. And, of course, our coverage gets underway at 6 o'clock tomorrow. And, by the way, just in case you missed it earlier, approximately 1,000 single-game tickets for every game of the NLCS series at AmFam are going to go on sale to Wisconsin residents this morning at 10 a.m. Now, it's only online at brewers.com/postseason. If you didn't get that, just text capital T, capital I, capital X, or capital X, I should say. Capital T, capital I, capital X, the word TIX, to our Siding Unlimited talk and text line at 855-616-1620. We'll send you the link. But again, those tickets are going on sale in about 13 minutes at 10 o'clock this morning. And remember, the availability of single-game tickets for the NLCS is extremely limited. Demand is very, very high. The inventory includes standing room only, obstructed view, and tickets previously held for MLB purposes. And if you decide to try to get it, good luck, because it's going to be tight, I'll tell you that. All right, it is 9:48 on WTMJ.
If you need a place for new home interior ideas, then you have to come talk to us. Our on-staff decorators know furniture, home decor, and a lot more. And they're not only creative, but also very willing to help you make great choices. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor at a value. Design Exchange in Heartland and Pewaukee. Stop in often, because our inventory changes daily.
Design Exchange.
Previously, it has been gently loved. But here, you'll only find very well-conditioned premium home decor items that you likely won't find elsewhere. Distinctive furniture, unique antiques, and original art, and other tasteful home decor at a value. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating taste come to find premium home decor on consignment at 25 to 40% off retail prices in Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
The Milwaukee Domes have been part of our city's landscape since the 1960s, and Krista Beal-Diefenbach, the Dome CEO, shared some of its history with me.
The first dome to open was the Show Dome, opened in 1964, dedicated in 1965 by Lady Bird Johnson.
Her mission was beautification.
And you know what's interesting is that if you look at the original charter for the domes and why Milwaukee County wanted to create it, is that they wanted to, yes, create beauty, but also that connection to nature. And they wanted to do it so that people who couldn't afford to travel the world would still have access to these amazing plants and would still be able to experience them. And I love that equitable access piece of it. Like, this is for everyone, regardless of if you're able to go to the tropics. You can experience the tropics.
What are the plans for the Milwaukee Domes and how will they be funded? Krista Beal-Diefenbach answers those questions and explains why the Domes are one of the most underrated destinations around the area. It's all this morning at 11 on WTMJ Conversations.
When it rains, it pours. But sometimes it hails. Or worse.
That tornado warning again is for Fond du Lac and Dodge County. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect right now.
Keep us within reach for Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts.
Even if a tornado does not touch down, we know that there are powerful straight line winds.
On 620 WTMJ and WTMJ.com.
You'll get a new heat pump system, a new furnace, and a full home duct cleaning all together as a package at about half price. Half price! That's how it all shakes out. Not a gimmick. And both the furnace and the heat pump system are high-quality units. This is Anthony Zanevsky. All you have to do is purchase a heat pump system from Quality, and you'll get a free furnace and a free duct cleaning. All totaled, the cost would be about $20,000. When you add in the new tax incentives that you'll get back at the end of the year, you're going to end up paying about half. That's about $10,000 for a high-quality furnace, heat pump system, and a full home duct cleaning. It's limited time. And last time we did this, the units went pretty fast. So if your home needs a new furnace upgrade and a heat pump system that can act as a brand new AC system as well as a furnace backup, take advantage while you can and cut your energy bills substantially. Call Quality and get them while they're hot.
Call Quality for the signature service you deserve.
Call All quality. Heating, cooling, plumbing, and electric.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Escape the city and relax at Lake Lawn Resort in beautiful Delavan, Wisconsin. Enjoy outdoor activities on Delavan Lake, tee off at the Lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind at the award-winning Caladora Spa. With both indoor and outdoor pools, there's fun for the whole family. Take a cruise on the Lake Lawn Queen, explore stunning shores and historic landmarks, and enjoy delicious food and drinks on board. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com, where everything is better at the lake.
Steinhafels is celebrating 91 years with big savings on furniture and mattresses. As a 100% employee-owned company, you'll always get honest service and trusted quality. Don't miss the celebration. Shop Steinhafels in-store or online at steinhafels.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. The following is a paid presentation. Advice and opinions expressed during the Sunday Sip are solely that of the hosts or guests, and not WTMJ Radio or Good Karma Brands Milwaukee, LLC.
I'm Vince Vitrano, and this is the Sunday Sip. I had the pleasure today to introduce a new member of my medical team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I call them my team because they have kept principally my knee in shape over the last few years so I could keep playing golf and tennis and pickleball. Dr. Derek Damrow is an orthopedic surgeon originally from Sheboygan and back here at home now practicing at OAW. Welcome home, Doc. Bet it feels great.
Yeah, it feels great to be back home and get to finally watch the Brewers and Packer games on a regularly scheduled program on it.
Don't have to worry about streaming and all that.
Nope. So we can have that, and I don't have to fight with my fiance on Packers versus Bills.
That's a good fight to have. Tell us how you found a career and your specialty within orthopedics.
Yeah, so that's a great question. It all stemmed back to high school. Was pretty active with sports, playing football, baseball, and started having knee pain, unexplained knee pain, no injuries that I could remember, and it just kept getting worse where eventually I couldn't play any sports. After multiple tests, I was kind of just told it's pretty much in my head and figure it out. So I saw a local orthopedic surgeon up in Sheboygan where took one look at me and knew something was wrong. 15 through 17-year-old didn't just all of a sudden not be able to squat or run or anything and lose muscle mass in the leg. After a couple more tests, found out I had a benign tumor in my femur and got that removed. No pain, and was able to get back to activities as I once liked to do. So that kind of stemmed me into the medical field in orthopedics. As far as shoulder and elbow specifically, that all kind of came from med school. I just was trying to find research to do, as every med student tries to do. And I got plugged in with baseball throwing studies with youth pitchers. So I did a lot of studies or research on shoulder and elbow. Liked the subject, so when I got into residency, I kind of gravitated towards those surgeries, and kind of shoulder and elbow kind of takes a lot of subspecialties and put it together. You can do replacements, scopes, fracture care, so it's kind of a complete package in my mind.
So obviously you're from here originally. You said Sheboygan, undergrad at UW, Medical College of Wisconsin after that, but then you were out of state for a while. What brought you back home and back to OAW?
I missed the brandy old fashions and the good ones. They couldn't make them in Erie, but no. And all jokes aside, I had family, and my dad was having some health issues, so I knew I wanted to get back. Once when you move out of the Midwest, you truly do see that there is a difference, and the Midwest nice is actually a thing. So I kind of missed the atmosphere of the Midwest. I missed going to Packer games, Brewer games, Badger games, and all that stuff. So I knew I wanted to get back to the Midwest. But like I said, my dad was having health issues, so it was a precedent to get back to Wisconsin.
Talking with Dr. Derek Damrow. He's one of the new guys at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. So let's go through a new patient experience, Doc. Somebody new coming to see OAW. How does that patient end up specifically, like in your care? And then sort of take us through diagnosis and your approach to treatment after that.
Yeah, multiple ways that you can end up in my care. Sometimes my partners, you see one of my partners for a knee or ankle or hip injury and mention that it's your shoulder or elbow hurting. Well, they'll refer you on over to me to be examined. You could see one of us at our ortho ASAP where you had a shoulder or elbow injury on the weekend, playing pickleball maybe, and then you get referred to me, or one of your primary care doctors sends them over to me, or you can just call our office. Once when you get plugged into our system and you see me, every patient gets treated the same. I want to get to know you personally. You're not just a patient to me. I want you to leave thinking that can see me as a friend or a family member. So I get to try to ask what you like to do, your activities, your hobbies, what you're trying to get back to doing, and then we go through exam and we make a decision together on our treatment plans.
Well, I think that's so important, and I want you to sort of expand on that because you mentioned listening to people. What is it that you want to do? So if someone's like, look, I want to get back to playing tennis 5 days a week, that's different from someone who says, well, I just want to work pain-free in the garden, or I just want you like. So you will tailor your approach, your treatment based on what sort of level activity people want to get back to?
Yeah, we'll talk about different treatment options. So we'll go through all the non-operative treatments, and I'll break it down to kind of like I consider it my buffet. You have this option all the way down to filet mignon at the end. So break down the non-operative options, and then we'll also talk about operative options. And I'll kind of give you my recommendations, but once again, it's a team effort between us.
I think that's so important, too. We're, again, talking with Dr. Derek Damrow at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. I know a lot of folks who won't go see the doctor because they don't want to hear, you got to have surgery. And I think what I'm hearing you say is just because you're coming to see a surgeon doesn't mean we're signing you up for surgery.
Yeah, I tell all my patients, I am a surgeon. I like doing surgery, but only if I have to do the surgery. So if we can avoid it, more power to both of us. So my goal is to get you back to doing what you want to do and what you like to do. So if that doesn't involve surgery, I'm more than happy to do that. If we have to go down the surgical route, that's down the line. But if you come see me, usually we'll try non-operative stuff first before we jump into surgery.
Dr. Derek Damrow of Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. So glad you're back home. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
I'm Vince Vitrano, and this is the Sunday Sip.
Save big money at Menards and stock up on your favorite Procter & Gamble products. We carry quality products from brands you can trust, like Dawn, Tide, Bounty, and more. Right now, get a $10 instant savings on a single